I have Steve Rinella's cookbook here. He has a recipe in here for smoked rainbow trout, but the only problem is I don't have any rainbow trout, but I know of a lake. I'm gonna try to get me some out of there.
This is a compost pile, and I might be able to find a worm in here. This is an area I just planted grass, and you might be able to find one on top, but I couldn't find any in the compost. If I had a shovel, well, if I went and got my shovel, I might have been able to find them. Sometimes in here, if you flip these over, nothing. Oh, that's heavy. Nothing. I am looking for a worm. I found one earlier. I gotta make sure there's no snakes in here. And nothing. Nothing. Well, I found one. Found one earlier, and one's all I need. Actually, I probably need more, but that's all I got. The whole idea was to flip rocks to find worms, but I found something else. I gotta cut grass here when I come back. I don't know if I'll have enough room for this fly rod. It's actually a really nice lake out here. The best piece of equipment I have are these Leatherman. It's called a skeletal. I'm gonna try to get up here to the where the water comes in before it gets too hot. I think that's where they're at. Check it out. I don't know if you can see it right there, about right in there. It's a bird box, but the tin thing underneath it, that's a snake thing, so the snakes can't get into it. So this whole area has 4 lakes to it. This one right here, they stock with trout. I was hoping I'd get some trout out of here, but apparently not. It's pretty warm in the season. No excuses, but I think as we go closer to the spillway, because there's other lakes back there, they're not as big, but I think as we go up to the other lakes, it gets a lot more shallow here, because I'm seeing a lot of vegetation underneath the water, and I'm picking it up with my rooster tail. So I'm not going to venture. I am going to venture up to the front of it just to see what it looks like. This area does have some dove fields, and coming into South Carolina, I know nothing about birds, but apparently birds are a big thing down here. I thought turkeys were a mecca, like turkey hunting is the mecca down here, but it's been pretty dismal. But there's a big difference between hunting public and private land too. But they put in three or four dove fields here, and I think it's like 12 acres total. So that's a pretty good chunk of land for dove hunting. I spend thousands of dollars a year just on hunting and fishing tackle, not including time missed from work. So it's a good cause. I like it, I appreciate it. One thing I don't appreciate is these bushes. These are like this holly. This stuff just cuts you up. I'm definitely not a fan of that stuff. Well, here's the spillway to the other lake. There's like a lake system. The other lake is out in there somewhere. This land was originally, well, not originally, but it was bought, and the people actually charged people to hunt and fish here. And right now it's in a WMA called Tall Pines WMA in South Carolina. But it took them like 4 years to purchase this property. It was held by just multiple people. Not people, I think there's 2 big ones, 2 different tracks. It took them about 4 years to finally close the deal. And it was like $4 million, and I got like 2,600 acres, which is pretty cool for hunters and fishermen. They have some dove fields over there. I hear an owl hoot up there. I thought turkey season went out, but man, it's a 9:45 and I'm already sweating. I ordered this cookbook and I'm like, I'm gonna get some rainbow trout, but no rainbow trout for me. So there's a national, it's called the conservationist, conservationist, that could have been the National Conservation Fund, and they help, you know, people like the South Carolina DNR and other conservation efforts to purchase land or secure land so it can't be developed. I don't know much about them, but they do a lot of good things. There's a lot of companies out there, not companies, but nonprofits that do a lot of good things. And I think that's one of them, because without those people, we would never have this piece of land here. 2,600 acres. Commission in Pennsylvania, they would only buy land if it's like $300 an acre. Maybe they upped it now, but yeah, good luck finding that land. But usually this land is like stuff that's already been timbered out. It's kind of junk for years. So they're like, hey, just give us some money, you can have it. Because a lot of companies, when they have land for timber, and I think that's what this was for, pine timber, they just, you know, land's worthless to them. They just want the timber. It's just kind of like this constantly growing thing. But it happens every maybe 10 to 20 years. And if you're looking at hardwood, man, that could be 70 years. So if you're looking to set up your kids for the future, man, I'd probably buy like 5 acres and plant nothing but like black walnut or something on it. And so in about 80 years, man, they're gonna have some money out of that thing. Coming in, I seen a cottontail rabbit. So I assume there's rabbits out here. There's 2 trucks in the parking lot. I don't know what they're doing, if they're training their dogs, but usually you don't train your dogs this time of year. So I don't know if they are turkey hunters, but I could have swore the thing went out the 30th. Regardless, I am done turkey hunting. The freaking thing. They have their brains are the size of a pea, and it can literally make you look stupid. Very stupid. Look what happened. There's no way I want to get that out. And the bad thing is I have a rooster tail at the end of this. And there's so much weeds. What I did, I just rolled it up here, and I'm going to try to get my rooster tail out. Something else this place has, this actually flows into the Saluda River, which has hatchery trout. The problem with that is a lot of it's catch and release. I could probably go there with single lures and stuff, but I'm running out of time. So it's a really cool area up here. It'd be really interesting if they would put picnic tables. I'm not a fan. See, Pennsylvania has game lands, so it's completely different than like wildlife managed areas. Meaning like the state really, they may not own it, like the DNR may not own it, but they control it and they manage it for hunting for that purposes, but someone else could own the property. And I'm sure it's true with the Game Commission as well, but the Game Commission in Pennsylvania is a total different ball game. But I like their style a lot better. It's like we'll buy this land and we hold it forever. And there's a lot of douchebag state congressmen or senators up there that want to do away with it, saying, hey, the Game Commission has enough land. And like, no, we don't. But it's very interesting for the Conservation Fund. It's a national organization that's out of Virginia, near Arlington, and it makes you wonder, like, man, if people pulled their money together and if they can have organizations like that, because those organizations, they just get out of the tax revenue from the government that we pay into. I mean, it's our damn money. So it'd be really interesting if we can all, you know, figure a way to pile in our money and just buy more land, and so we can enjoy stuff like this without, you know, getting into tourist people, you know, where I don't mind a picnic table. This here, you know, you got a lake here, but once you go into the woods, next you know, they want to put hiking trails in there for mountain biking and horseback riding. It's like, nah, man, this is for hunting and fishing. Go get your own land. So we drop back to Plan B. Check it out. It's not even rainbow trout, but it's steelhead trout. It was like $10 for a pound. I found it. I hunted for it. I found it. They didn't have any rainbow. Usually they have rainbow here, but they don't. So anyway, I'm not a fan of rainbow, to be honest with you. But I want to try out his recipe and see what this stuff's about. And it seems to be the easiest that I've come across so far. Normally a farmer's market, like we have a pretty big farmer's market here. It should have it tomorrow morning, but I don't know. I don't know if I'll go down there and see if they have them or not, but they actually have the whole trout. So, but you pay a premium for it. It's like just stupid expensive. So I really have no idea how to cut this thing up. So if I do it wrong, let me know. I'm sure many of you will anyhow. This thing smells pretty potent, so I think that's enough. Yeah, well, hell, you have your Cabela's card, you know, and plus you get a military discount no matter what. So, well, you should. Whoa, I don't know if I'm doing this right or not. I made it extra. I'm going to save it for tomorrow. Woo, look at that. Not bad. Man, I can really smell that too. I need a fork. Who am I kidding? I can eat more than this. Ouch. Oh man, that crispy kale is gonna be delish. Oh, it's delicious. This kale, nicely charred. It's like chips. Delicious. Freaking delicious. All right, guys, so I hope you enjoyed that. Even though I didn't, my hair's all messed up. All right, guys, so I hope you enjoyed that. Even though I didn't catch rainbow trout, I pretty much got it at the supermarket. So, but fantastic recipe. This kale chip, what he did with these kale chips, whatever recipe that it was, man, you can almost put that sauce on a dehydrator and make kale chips. These are like really crispy and delicious. Oh my God. Fantastic.